So what does the ruling mean? And is this battle now over, or has it just begun? Joining me now, the host of Fox News at Night on the Fox News Channel, it is Shannon Bream, the resident Supreme Court mistress of all. Shannon, I'm really curious to see how this version differs from the first version that the White House put out, which was, the rollout was kind of botched, and what it says about the narrowing of the confines of this ban.
Yeah, so Kennedy, this is the third version, Travel Ban 3.0. And in this version, one of the things they did that was so different from previous versions is they actually did a worldwide study. They involved Homeland Security, the State Department. And what they did was go to these other countries and say, we need every country who's going to send people here to be able to give us this kind of information about them, that you can vet them on your end so we can vet them on our end. And if you can't give us that information, and if you've previously been designated as a trouble spot by Congress or by previous administrations, not this administration, we're going to put you on the list. And so that's how we got to the list we're at today. And some people have gotten off the list because they've then complied with some of these requirements. So the court factored that all in. And basically what they said is, by its plain language, federal law grants the president broad discretion to suspend the entry of aliens into the U.S. They say he lawfully exercised his discretion, and the majority did not get into whether or not they should weigh all of the statements he made and the tweets he's had as a candidate and as the president with respect to whether or not there was an anti-religious or anti-Muslim animus behind this whole thing.
It seems like they went to just the facts as they were written in this executive action. So how are other countries complying? What does that look like? And what are they doing differently now? And what are some of those countries that were targeted before? How have they changed their processes?
Well, Chad is off the list now. It was on the list before. And one of the things it's done is been able to prove that it can step up and provide information to Homeland Security, to the State Department, about people specifically when they want to apply to come here, that they've had some ability to vet and formally identify them on the other end and provide information about their backgrounds and those kinds of things. There are other countries that don't seem to be working too hard at getting off the list. It's not a priority for them, I don't think.
Somalia and Yemen, they're not...
they've got other stuff they're handling
not their
right
version
now.
of Homeland Security working around the clock?
No, that hasn't happened. But Chad has gotten off the list. Iraq was on an earlier version. They were taken off for a number of reasons.
Yes, why was Iraq taken off?
A lot of people think that most of that was political in nature, the fact that the U.S. is trying to help build them up and work with them and help them to recover after years of bloodshed and tragedy and terrorism there, and that they're actually a partner with the U.S. in the Middle East, and so we want to encourage that relationship and not make them feel like they're targeted as potential terror suspects. So I think that was more political in nature probably than Chad, which has actually done the work of stepping up and complying with some of these requirements that a number of agencies have put forward for them.
All right, so what if you're a good person from a bad country or a country that has been deemed problematic or unhelpful, and you really want to get out of a bad place and come to the United States and make a better life? Is there any way of doing that?
There are waivers that you could specifically apply for, especially situations where people are seeking urgent medical care. They have different family relationships or academic relationships or obligations or business obligations. I mean, there are things that people can apply for these waivers. They're not granted en masse, but they are granted in a number of these cases. And so that was important to the court, too. The dissent obviously very upset that the president's words and tweets weren't factored in. They said basically the majority turned a blind eye to them.
That is an interesting precedent. So when the president is legally challenged in the future, what does that say about some of his campaign rhetoric or some of the stuff that he says at rallies? Is that now a no-go zone for future suits?
Well, it's interesting because what the court did, the majority here, the 5 of the 5-4, they said, we're just looking at the text to see if there's a legitimate reason for what they did. We're just going to look at the text of the law, the text of what the administration calls this proclamation. Some call it an executive order. They said based on just the face value of those things, there are legitimate reasons that back up why this was put out. There's data behind it. There is criteria that has been satisfied or not satisfied by these countries.
That's interesting. And it seems as though the administration went through their own legal evolution in crafting this third version. I can't wait to watch your show tonight, Shannon. Thank you so much for the insight.
I'll see you at 11.
Awesome. Thank you.